Hi, we're Richard and Jackie from Early Retirement Wanderlust. Have you ever wondered what it's like to pick up a brand new campervan?
Well, after nearly 7 months of waiting, we are literally just about to find out as we've arrived at Loudons to collect our brand new Sunlight Cliff 540 van. So first job in the new van, Rich?
Yeah, and it's absolutely pitch black, so nothing like getting used to a new van and you can't see what you're doing.
Oh well, we've been like two kids in a candy store. We've been here since 2:30 at Loudons collecting our new van, and they've had to show us how to use all of the different controls, how to do the toilet system, although that was a Richard job, not a Jackie job, and just showing us around the van. It's now 5:30. It is absolutely pitch black outside, so we can't really do a lot. We're just going to transfer a few bits across from Nelson, maybe learn how to use the hob and do a bit of cooking, but I think we're going to have to wait until tomorrow morning so that we can actually show you any part of the van. So for now, we'll see you later. Morning. We have had the most fantastic night's sleep. It is just so exciting being in the new van. It is super cozy. It was really warm last night. I think it helps the temperature outside wasn't that cold either. So we've got up this morning, we have had a coffee, and we were about to start to make breakfast. We've bought a new Cadillac because we're leaving Nelson fully fitted out for the children, but we've realised that we've got the wrong adapters for the gas barbecue point that we've had put on the van. Luckily, we've stayed overnight at Loudons, so we're going to pop into the shop, see if they've got the adapter so we can have our bacon butties for breakfast.
I think it's a big learning point for us as to not actually do the unboxing the morning that you want to use the Cadillac. The Cadillac's been upgraded. It looks very fancy dancy, using Jackie's words, but the connection point is very different to what we've got in Nelson. It clips into here, but luckily Loudon's had the hose and we've managed to cobble something together, and we're going to see if it's okay, because the one thing I'm definitely not doing is cooking sausages and bacon inside the van on morning number 1 in the van.
Look at this, I've still got my own little step that I can sit on while I'm talking to you. Something that we did was stay at the campsite that's attached to Loudons last night, and it's proved quite invaluable because there are a few little, not issues, but questions that we've got, particularly things to do with the control panel, because we didn't have anything so fancy dancy in Nelson. And yeah, it's going to be really easy to just pop in next door. We would recommend it if you're buying a new camper van, no matter where you're buying it from. If there's somewhere close to stay, you've just then got that chance to go and get all those little niggles and questions answered straight away. So how's your bacon butty been?
It's really good, and I don't want you to think that we've lost the plot or anything, barbecuing in, well, it's the end of October, the 31st, it's Halloween. But we wanted to test everything out. So we're not quite sure whether we're going to test the shower out yet. Neither of us are quite up for that. But stuff like the gas points and things like that, we just wanted to make sure it all worked. And obviously, didn't really want to cook bacon in the van first time through. Possibly the bit of a new van that I was not looking forward to, but I have a funny feeling I'm going to get really used to it, in the fact that it's the first time ever we're going to be emptying the chemical loo.
I'm just going to say this is definitely a Richard job.
I'm not quite sure where in the job description it was discussed, and I can't actually remember agreeing to it, but it seems that lots of people and subscribers on the channel have said it's definitely a bloke job, which is just a bit stereotypical for me.
So how was that compared to your American RV experience?
100% better. The black tank on the American RVs, when you pull that chute and it's just, oh no, I'm scarred for life from that. Never again.
Richard gets all the best jobs. I have to say, it's been an absolutely chaotic couple of days while we've been picking the van up. We're not actually sure how much footage that we got, because by the time we had gone through all of the different manuals and the woman had showed us around the van, it was quite late and it was quite dark. But it's been a really, really exciting couple of days, and I don't think we've stopped grinning.
But it was a really busy day, and we took the opportunity on the way home to pick up some packing and storage solutions and crates to somehow try and organise the van. And the van is looking really clean and sparse and empty at the moment, and our kitchen, if you just look behind the camera, looks like an absolute bomb site. So our job this afternoon is to try and pack all of that and bring some order into the new van. But we did have an interesting time this morning.
While the van was empty, we wanted to make sure that we knew exactly how much weight we had to play with. So we've been down to the weighbridge in the local town and got the new van weighed. More about that next week. We're going to do a bit of a van tour. Something that we hopefully will show you at the end of this video is that we have had the name tag for the new van. So there could be a big van name reveal at the end of the video.
And I just love the way Jack's just skipped over the most important payload video that's coming up. We are going to try and explain payloads. It's something that we've had to learn a lot about, and putting the new van on the weighbridge this morning was the first step of that. So there'll be a little short video for all you van nerds out there like me that love stuff like that.
Yeah, you could tell I was in love with that fact as well.
So now we're going to try and take you through the van. It's not going to be a van tour video, but just try and show you firsthand how we are going to try and organise the van, because it's going to be our home on wheels and we want it to be ordered. And unlike Nelson, where he used to get piled up with stuff, we're going to try and find a place for everything. So let's go outside and have a look. Something we've never been used to with Nelson is such a big garage, but already it's got its limitations slightly, because she is such a short van, she's 5 meters 40, that the awning handle won't actually fit in down the side, which makes it a little bit awkward. So we're going to have to sort that out. And what we've got is a load of boxes, keeping fingers crossed that our measurements and our maths have worked all right, because we're going to be doing this live on camera. But we have got a bit of an issue inside the van that I think Jax is going to talk to you about.
There's a board here that I think is probably there to make sure that you don't lose the stuff from the boot into the main cab of the van. And I think it's also a bit of a foothold to get up onto the bed because it's really high. But it does mean that you can't get into anything in the boot from inside the van. So we're going to try and see what it's like without it in there, because we bought some crates that are going to go right across the back, so they still shouldn't slide into the van. Otherwise, I think we need to find some sort of solution to go here, whether it be a curtain, or I know a lot of people on the Sunlight group have put a tambour door there. Hi! So you can actually move this while you're inside the van. The problem is, once you've lifted it up and pushed it out, there's nowhere for it to go because the boot will probably be full. So it's a bit like this, but you can't do it if it's full.
Which is why we're taking it out.
So the idea is the tubs at the back there, we can keep stuff for food and things that we might need in the kitchen, and particularly in the top box, things that we would use regularly. And then just boxes so that we can store stuff so it's not rolling around. But we did still want to keep quite a big empty space there, because there's probably all sorts that we've not even thought about that will just need to go in there, including the rainbow screens cover that's got to find a space somewhere. Rich is very excited. He's got some lashing straps there so he can tie things down to make sure that they don't move too much in the van.
Never let it be said that campervan ownership is not all about the accessories, and boy are there some accessories to seek out, and I haven't stopped. I don't suppose I've really started yet. We have got a rainbow screen which we absolutely love, and you'd be glad to know we've got it in orange as well, so it's like our iconic brand. How could we go away from the orange? Not entirely sure whether it fits with the new van, but we love it anyway. And that can be stuffed safely down the side there. And then a new purchase that wasn't particularly expensive, but I'm hoping can get me out of loads of bother, particularly on wet campgrounds, which is just some grip mats. I think they're really, really light. I'm not intending using them very often, but they might get us out of trouble. And from what I believe from on the online communities, if you're parking on wet grass and you know it's going to be dewy in the morning, you would just park on these and it just gets you off in the morning. One of the things we have to get used to is loads of cupboard space and organising all of that. It's not really a problem that we had with Nelson, but some of these overhead lockers and things like that, we just got a bit of anxiety about how to organise them. So we found some of these little baskets, and I thought we'd fill it first of all with our coffee gear just above the hob, and with a little bit of careful measuring, that fits perfectly in there, so you can always get to the stuff that's at the back, and it's just a matter of pull it out, get whatever you need and put it back in. So we're really pleased with that little cheap purchase, and I think they were from Tesco's. One of the things one or two people raised in the comments when we were talking about this van was the lack of drawers, and it's quite right. In a Sunlight van there is only one drawer, and that is going to be our cutlery drawer and basically junk drawer. We've got these cupboards with shelves in, and there's a really narrow one, but luckily it just about manages to fit a dinner plate in terms of width, so we can have all our pots, pans, plates and things like that in there. But then we've got, and it's hard to show in such a small van, we've got a wide cupboard here with 3 shelves, and we really did want some drawers because otherwise you're going to lose space at the back. So again, with a bit of careful measuring and a great little purchase, I think, again from Tesco's. These, carefully, this is my best angle obviously, slide in here. It's quality YouTube, but you can see from there that we can actually get in, and we've made our own set of drawers, and we're not sure what's going in there, but we're really happy with that purchase.
So I guess this is a moment that loads of you have been waiting for, the big reveal of the van's name. It's a girl van, and in the end we decided on the name Pearl. Now we chose that name for a particular reason. This year is our 30th wedding anniversary, which is our Pearl wedding anniversary, and we really liked the name, and we thought she's a lovely pearl colour as well. She looks a bit more feminine than Nelson did, so yeah, Pearl, that's the new name. When we first bought Nelson, we did get the nameplate from a company on Facebook. I think they're called Van Dubs Designs. If we can remember, we'll put a link if you're interested. We're not sponsored, but they are great, and I think it's about £15 and it came through within a week. Really great.
Now, we always knew Pearl was going to be a sophisticated and I think fancy-dancy van, but little did we know the amount of manuals and instructions that would come with her. Nelson, we didn't get anything, did we?
No, we got the VW instruction book and that was it. The converter didn't give us any of the manuals that went with it. It was just a bit of guesswork.
But this is all about German efficiency, and everything that has gone into the van has its instruction manual in this pack. So that's been what I've been studying for the last couple of days, and I still don't think I know much about it. But that's all about why we need to shake the van down a bit.
I've learnt the essentials. I've learnt how the heating goes on. So we're sat in the van because it's actually warmer than being in the house at the moment. It's freezing up in the Yorkshire Dales. And I've learnt how to make my bed all organised so that Richard doesn't put it away. So I'm okay.
So this was never planned to be a full van tour video. We don't really know the van yet. It was just about the process of picking the van up, the excitement of that, and some of the things that have been the steep learning curves in the first few days.
We have got a couple of trips planned. We are going up to stay in the Northern Dales for 2 nights, and then we have got a really exciting weekend at Dalesbridge campsite with Luke and Charlotte, because I think they do need a bit of an instruction manual on how to do Nelson's finer tunings, because Nelson's a gentle little soul. There's a few things that you do need to know how they work before you can actually get it to work.
So once we've done all of that shakedown, we are going to do a proper van tour. I think Jax wants to get it decorated in here and
fairy lights and bunting and nice pictures up.
And once we've done that, we'll take you on a van tour. We'll have a little bit of an experience, and then we're off to Scotland. But that's it from us. We hope you've enjoyed our first experience of van ownership in many, many years. But see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.